Matter of fact, he's not gonna need these challenge coins either. I think I'll tell you.
Those are so cool.
Those are cool.
We talked about it. Yeah, I think I'm like 1 hour short.
Nobody. Stop talking. But I'll wait till the train stops talking.
You wait till it totally stops, you're gonna be here a while.
That's not good.
I will go ahead and call the meeting to order, 6 o'clock. Determine if a quorum is present. I'm present, Councilmember Perry's present, Councilmember Jones is absent. Councilmember Allen's present, Councilmember Jones is present, Councilmember Fox is present. Invocation on pledge. Tonight we have David Bruce, our invocation.
You'd like to bow your heads with us. Our Father, we come to you today, Lord, invoking your blessings, your wisdom, your knowledge. Father, we thank you for these that gather here, for these who have taken important positions in this city, Lord, both elected and appointed, Father, that they take care of the heavy hauling, the big business. Father, I know it's a heavy strain, and we just ask your blessings upon each and every one of them. Lord, we just ask that you would bless those that have come for business, and it all be done for the betterment of society and our citizens. And we ask it in your name. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag, pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Community announcements. Items of community interest may include recognizing citizens and staff for outstanding contributions to the community. A reminder about an upcoming event that's organized or sponsored by the governing body. And announcements of an imminent threat to public safety that's arisen after the posting of this agenda.
Honorable Mayor and Council, I am excited to introduce another new officer to the Aubrey Police Department. Officer Joshua Johnson has joined us as of December. Officer Johnson has over 10 years of combined law enforcement experience with the Oak Ridge Police Department, Gainesville Police Department, and the Cook County Sheriff's Office. He spent the last 10 years in patrol and criminal investigations. Officer Johnson holds a Master Peace Officer license and is certified as a basic instructor, a firearms instructor, and taser instructor. Officer Johnson resides within the community of one of our strategic partners, Providence Village. So we're very excited to have him joining the force and look forward to working with him for many years to come.
Raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I, Joshua Johnson.
Joshua Johnson,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute
that I will faithfully execute
the duties
the duties
of the office
of the office
of police officer
of police officer
for the city of Auburn,
for the city of Auburn,
and will to the best of my ability
and will to the best of my ability
preserve, protect, and defend
preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution
the Constitution
and laws
and laws
of the United States,
of the United States,
the state of Texas,
and the state of Texas,
and the city ordinances
and the city limits
of the city of Auburn.
of the city of Auburn.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
And Officer Johnson will be pinned by his fiancee Leslie. Thank you, Officer Johnson. And I'm also very excited to introduce you to Brandon Bond. Brandon is our new code compliance officer. He's originally from Hattiesburg, Mississippi, and he's been in Texas for almost 2 years now. Brandon graduated from Pearl River Community College with an associate in applied science. In his free time, he likes to travel and being on the water. And I've got to tell you, he's a rock star. He has hit the ground running, and I am so impressed. Shortly, next 10 days or so, I'll be sending you a plan of how we're going to address code enforcement moving forward, and be happy to take any suggestions that you may have, but we're going to get some things done. So looking forward to it. So thank you very much. Welcome. Welcome. Thank you.
And did you have some? Okay. Any other community announcements? Obviously, the Christmas tree lighting was a huge success. Record crowds. There's a drone photo I'm gonna have to share somewhere that it's crazy. I'll have to put that on Facebook. Jeremy, you were gonna say that?
No, sir.
Okay. All right, citizen input. We had no one sign up. Anyone here want to sign up for citizen input? All right, consent items. Items placed on the consent agenda are considered routine in nature and non-controversial. The consent agenda can be acted upon in one motion. Items may be removed from the consent agenda by the request of council members or staff.
Move approval. Second.
Motion by Chuck, second by Jeff, all in favor? Passes 4-0. New business, consideration action on a preliminary plat application for Aubrey Middle School number 2. Ellen?
Thank you, Mayor and Council. So this first item is also in combination with the next item. It's the Aubrey Middle School preliminary plat and final plat. You're required to review and approve a preliminary plat before a final plat can be submitted. So this is the location of the property just off of 2931, east of the Emily Concrete Apartments. The preliminary plat image in front of you meets all of the regulations of the subdivision ordinance. The Denton County Development Services is reviewing the engineering plans. They are dedicating right-of-way for 2931. And they're also providing for various water easements and fire access emergency easements on the site. As I said earlier, the plat meets the requirements. The Planning and Zoning Commission unanimously approved this item at their December 14th meeting. And I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have.
I'll make a motion. We approve preliminary plat application for Aubrey Middle School number 2. Second.
Motion by Randy, second by Jeff, all in favor? Passes 4-0. Brings us to the second one.
I did have a really quick question. You said it was not finalized by Denton County. There was still.
It has been.
It has been since. Okay,
It's their review. Mhm.
okay, the review is complete.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
All right, consideration action on a final plat application for Aubrey Middle School number 2.
Once again, this is the final plat exhibit. The only difference really is the removal of the topography, which is required on preliminary plat. We brought this to you this evening with a list of conditions. However, late yesterday afternoon, we received an updated exhibit and they have satisfied all of those conditions. So we are recommending approval as resubmitted late yesterday. And the Planning and Zoning Commission had recommended the final plat with all of those conditions at their December 14th meeting. And once again, I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Mayor, I move that we approve the final plat application for Albert Middle School number 2.
A second.
Motion by Jeff, second by Randy, on the favor. Passes 4-0. Consideration action on amending plat application for Arrowbrook Phase 7.
This is a simple one. I'm sure you're familiar with the Arrowbrook phase whole development. This is for phase 7. There were a handful of lots that were mislabeled. We call it a Scribner's error on the side yards adjacent to a street. So this image is the part of the amending plat, and the lots are highlighted in yellow where they were labeled with a 20-foot side yard and they needed to be identified as a 15-foot. So it's just, as I said earlier, Scribner's error. It meets the ETJ development agreement regulations. The Planning and Zoning Commission unanimously approved this item, and staff's recommending approval as well.
I'll make a motion, we approve amending plat application for Airbrook Phase 7.
I'll second.
Motion by Randy, second by Chuck, all in favor.
I'm sorry. On the location, really fast, on the report that we got, it says it's located east of FM 2931, north of Woody Creek Trail and west of Pecan Creek. At least the document I have looks incorrect.
In the staff report,
Yes.
okay, that very well could be, but the plat is Arrowbrook Phase 7
Right. It says that within the analysis piece, but the location
is incorrect.
looks.
I apologize.
incorrect.
That was my error.
Okay. And that doesn't impact anything,
No.
Patricia? Okay. All right. Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah, who's, well, all in favor. That's 4-0.
Thank you.
Consideration action on a final plat of High Point Ranch Phase 1B.
Good evening, Mayor, Council. We have a major plat, High Point Phase 1B. High Point is a large subdivision. Phase 1B is shown here approximately in red. The phasing plan shows the phasing of this entire development. Once again, the phase, the final plat area is circled here. The preliminary plat for this major plat was reviewed and approved in March of 2022. The city will be responsible for the upkeep and maintenance of the streets, the drainage, the water and the sewer. Coordination of utilities has taken place. Utilities will be provided water and sewer by the city and electricity by TNMP. This plat encompasses 44.187 acres and creates 184 residential lots and 3 homeowners HOA lots. The engineering plans have been reviewed and approved. 12 lots are located in the existing flood zone. So the plat notes these lots with stars, and the applicant is working to grade the property and to provide a letter of map revision to FEMA. So this slide shows kind of its piece together for the development of the plat. So I highlighted the lots that are stars that are within the flood zone that the applicant is working to get the letter of map revision. And then the other circle up here at the top is just there's a missing document number for the variable width easement, and that just needs to be noted once that has been recorded. So the Planning and Zoning Commission reviewed this and unanimously recommended conditional approval at their December 14th meeting for planner recommendation. And the planner is recommending conditional, I'm recommending conditional approval. The conditions that need to be addressed prior to plat recordation is the receipt of the LOMAR, signatures on the plat, and that reported information regarding the variable width easement. I can try and answer any questions. The applicant's representative is here as well.
I'll make a motion to approve the final plat of High Point Ranch Phase 1B, subject to the conditions laid out here. We need to list them. And the staff report.
I'll second.
Motion by Aaron, second by Chuck, all in favor? Passes 4-0. Conduct the first public hearing in accordance with Texas Local Government Code Section 43.063 alpha and other applicable law to consider testimony and provide members of the public an opportunity to be heard on the proposed annexation of a certain plus or minus 3.94 acre tract over and across Redfern Road, an existing 60-foot right of way, and Betty Lane, formerly named High Meadow Drive, an existing 50-foot right of way. Said tract being located in the F. Trevino survey, abstract number 1243, Denton County, Texas. We'll open the public hearing at 6:16.
Thank you. So this is the first of the two required public hearings for the annexation of the right-of-way. The publications occurred in the newspaper and notices were mailed, and the annexation ordinance will be before you for consideration on January 25th. This is an image of the area that's going to be annexed for Redfern and Betty. And that's all I have for presentation. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to try to answer them.
Any input from anyone here? No. That, we'll close the public hearing at 6:17. And we'll move right on to conduct the second public hearing. In accordance with Texas Local Government Code Section 43.063 and other applicable law, to consider testimony and provide members of the public an opportunity to be heard on the proposed annexation of a certain 3.94 acre tract over and across Redfern Road and Betty Lane, said tract being the F. Trevino survey, abstract 1243, Denton County, Texas. Time is 6:17. No commenters? We will close the public hearing at still 6:17. All right, consideration and action on a resolution submitting the city's ballot selections for members to the Texas Coalition of Affordable Power Board of Directors.
Mayor, council, sent this ballot out to you a few days ago so you could read the biographies to see if you wanted to select any of these folks to sit on the board. So that's what's before you tonight. If you would like to choose, you can choose one. You can choose none up to 7.
7 separate, or you could throw all 7 at one guy, or?
No, 7 separate. This is an annual event.
See, in the past, we've voted for Gary Bras before. That Darren Laker, how was his name? Courtney Alvarez, we voted for her before. With David Esquivel. The only one to say. for 2021 and 2022. Prior to that, we voted for no.
Part of that, what?
We voted for no.
I'm comfortable voting for the same ones we voted for in the past. We don't have to vote for 7, right? We can vote for.
No,
the ones
ma'am.
we want.
None up to 7.
So that would be what, Darren, David, Gary, and Courtney? Do I need to make a motion for that?
For those, and Jenny will record your names and she will process the ballot and send it in.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we vote for Darren Liker, David Esquivel, sorry about that, Gary Bros, and Courtney Alvarez. And direct Jenny to submit the appropriate form.
I'll second.
Motion by Aaron, second by Chuck. All in favor? Passes 4-0. Consideration and action on a resolution establishing a policy statement for economic development incentives.
Mayor, staff is requesting that we table this so that we can bring it to you at the next meeting with a public hearing as required by statute.
We need a motion to table it, like just.
I make a motion, we table
I'll second.
the resolution.
Motion by Jeff, second by Randy. To table, on
The
favor.
table, yes.
4-0.
Until the table until the next
Till
meeting.
the next meeting.
All right, consideration and action on ordinance number 819-23, establishing a code of ethics.
Mayor, council, you've had a few days to review the code of ethics. This is a requirement from our home rule charter. The ethics policy has been reviewed by our HR director and other staff as well. It was prepared by our attorneys based on, I believe, other cities and some information that they had. It's not earth shattering. It is just a basic ethics policy for us that we need as part of our charter.
Mayor, I move that we approve ordinance 819-23, establishing a code of ethics.
Second.
That's by Jeff, second by Aaron, all in favor. Passes 4-0. Department updates.
Mayor, Council, just a quick update on the November financials. Due to the date of this meeting, we did not include the November financials in the agenda, this agenda. We will post those probably Friday of this week. The other thing regarding the audit is going to start the second week of January. It'll be January 8th. This, of course, is our ACFR, our annual comprehensive financial report. The audit will take 2 to 3 weeks, a couple of auditors for that fieldwork period, and then they take the numbers back and work on the financial statements. We will present the final ACFR at the March regular meeting, which, if my dates are correct, is scheduled for March 28th. Which means we'll have to have the approved and reviewed ACFR by the 22nd of March. So that's just a quick update from finance.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. A couple updates for building maintenance. All of our repairs have been completed for that sewage flood that happened a couple weeks prior. For programs, we do have 2 of our programs I'd like to mention. Santa Storytime will be Thursday, December 21st at 5:30. We'll be doing a hot cocoa bar and also a book walk, kind of a take on a cakewalk, but they'll take a book home. And then our Lego Club holiday event will be on December 22nd from 4:30 to 6:30. It's Home Alone themed, and we're going to do an ice cream sundae bar to kind of go with the movie. We do have a couple of library closures coming up. So for the Christmas holiday,
It'll be Saturday, December 23rd through Tuesday, December 26th. For our New Year's, it'll be Saturday, December 30th through Monday, January 1st. And then we do have our staff development and our carpets being installed. So instead of separating them, we went ahead and combined them. So that will be Monday, January 8th through Friday, January 12th. That is it. Do you have any questions? Thank you. Oh, yeah, absolutely. So the reason that it is Monday, January 8th through the 12th is because the carpet installation, it has to be 5 days of closure. It's a small building and we can't be moving the furniture and have patrons walk around safely. So instead of breaking it up to the 5 days and then the 3 days for staff development, while they're doing the carpets, we're going to have them do staff areas on Monday. I'll come in, I'll monitor everything, and then the staff members' normal work days will start on Tuesdays. And so that way we can go ahead and pick it up right during the carpets being installed. So less impact on patrons to do it that way. I'm not sure if y'all know there's a machine for the carpets. That's why we went with the company. Instead of having to break everything down and move all of our books, this company actually has a machine that inserts into the bookshelves and lifts them up and moves them completely. So it's less work for staff, less time. And that's kind of why it's 5 days as opposed to a little bit longer or, less staff work. And so. Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor, members of council. Station 3 update. Work continues this week. This week, it looks like they focus solely on utilities. So they've got a lot of trenches opened up for drainage and for water and sewer. We have a meeting tomorrow on site to go over the next couple of weeks. The last meeting, the format, they talk about deliverables and what's pending, and then they do a forecast for the next 3 weeks. So I think that'll be the format moving forward. But it's starting to look busy there, so pretty excited. And then one other thing I wanted to mention, we received a very gracious donation yesterday of $250,000 from the Spring Hill Community Center Trust. So that was pretty incredible to just be handed a check and say, here, thank you. Tried to get them to come to the meeting, but they don't really want a lot of fanfare. They just wanted to help us out. So we'll have more at the next meeting to talk about it, but just wanted to mention it quickly. And I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have about either of those.
Santa was in the hood tonight, so thank you.
Yes, I don't know where they're at. That's
They were over in my neighborhood.
okay. They're trying to make it everywhere they can make it. And of course, in normal fashion, we had a rash of calls a few minutes ago that kind of disrupted the whole process. So, go figure. So it's tonight and Thursday so everything on the west side tonight and east side of the district on Thursday. Thank you.
Thank you. Police?
He'll send you the other sheet. We have something going on.
Back, Mayor and Council, the speed limits at 25 mph speed limit signs have been completed. We're doing a little verification check. So hopefully those are all in place and then proper height and all that. So thank you, Public Works, for your efforts. Also, I gave you revised monthly reports from August to now. We are making headway with the data mining. We've identified one area that we may be comparing apples to oranges, which may get removed from the report. So you may see a block get removed because we're not going to be looking at the same thing. Mark 43 is calculating an officer initiated call. Used to, we had ability to separate those, and they're now included in calls for service. So we don't want to multiple report the numbers, but it's coming along. We're making progress. Should be looking good. The only black remaining on that report is a stat that we didn't track. So beginning in January, you will see comparison numbers because we will have that data for a complete year. So it's coming along. Thank you.
You don't have any? Future agenda requests. Council members and staff and citizens may request items to be included on future agendas. Discussions limited to what the request is for and if and when the item can be put on our agenda. Anything? Nothing? And that means executive session. In accordance with Texas Government Code, section 551.001, at SEC, the city council will recess into executive session to discuss the following. Section 551.071, 1 and 2, consultation with attorney. Section 551.072, real property. And section 551.071, section 2, and 551.074, personnel matters.
Mayor, I make the motion, we move into executive session.
Second.
Motion by Jeff, second by Chuck, all in favor? 4-0. Time is 6:31.
Don't anybody say it.
That was like.
Don't anybody say it.
You just gotta make it look.
All right, we'll reconvene in open session. Time is 7:38. And we have a motion.
Mayor, I move to authorize the city manager and mayor to take the necessary action and execute documents for the acquisition of lot 4X Block E of the Winridge Phase 1B pursuant to a dedication deed from CADG Comanche 248 LLC to the city of Aubrey for a fire station site.
Second.
Motion by Jeff, second by Randy. All in favor? Passes 4-0.
Motion adjourned.
Adjourn.
No, it's close.